All right, y'all. Today we're going to focus on grading our MLQ. So first I want to give a quick shout out to the 100%ers all the way back from before our October break in Alcorn. It was Jeremiah Dyson, Derek Warren, and Terriel Whitehead. In Yukon, it was Corey Hicks Jr. and Terrion Roberts, and in Tulane, it was Niall Brown, Dejan Davis, Michelle Howard, Mia Johnson, and David Stamps. So shout out to you. Our objective and our homework for today, it's going to look a little different. Our essential question is, how can I improve in science class? Some of us in science can be doing better, and I really want you to think about where you are now and where you can be. Our objective for the day is we are going to grade our MLQ. And our homework is to finish the independent practice questions, which is homework. To finish the independent practice questions, which is homework, to reread your notes and questions so that you do well on the Do Now quiz for tomorrow. Your exit tickets are going to be your Do Now quizzes the next day, so you guys should study. MLQ question 1. Which of the following correctly identifies the reactants and products of a chemical equation? Well, the correct answer here was B. So I want you to look on your MLQ that you have, and I want you to write down the correct answer in your packet. So the correct answer is B. And why is this the correct answer? Well, it's because reactants are before the reaction and the products are after the reaction. So I want you to check yourself and check your paper if you got the right answer. MLQ question 2. A teacher mixes a small amount of salt in a glass of warm water and asks the students to observe physical changes that occur as the salt dissolves. Which physical change will students most likely observe? Well, I know that when I stir salt into water, the solution will become clear. So the correct answer is A, and this is the correct answer, and get this down in your notes, is because no color change is a physical change. If the solution just becomes clear, I know that a physical change has occurred. MLQ question 3. Which of the following scenarios describes a chemical change? I know that the correct answer is D. Acid in the stomach digesting food is a chemical change. Why? Because I know that digesting something creates a new substance, which is a chemical change. So write down the right answer and write down why this answer is correct, and then check your paper. MLQ question 4. A group of students is investigating how long it takes for mold to grow on slices of bread at different temperatures. Which of the following is best means of collecting data for this investigation? I know the correct answer here is B, to check each piece of bread daily until mold appears. And the reason why this answer is correct is because in an experiment, you should check often until you see your results. So in this case, they should check it often until they start to see mold. MLQ question 5. A group of students wanted to know if one type of plant grew better when it was watered with water or orange juice. They gave the same amount of the different liquids to 2 plants each week for a month. Which table would best to record their data? Well, I know the correct answer is going to be D. The plant given water and the plant given orange juice with the data table for each would be best. And why this is the correct answer is that there is space to record and compare their data. MLQ question 6. Use the data table below to answer the following question. I know that caterpillar A eats certain amounts of leaves and caterpillar B eats another certain amounts of leaves. So the correct answer here was D. I know that on day 1, caterpillar A ate 2 leaves and caterpillar B ate 3 leaves. So I know that as I go down through the data table, the amount that the caterpillar ate was correct on the bar graph. So the reason why was the table data was correctly plotted on the graph. Our MLQ question 7. If I know that the appearance of something is silvery white, its melting point is 842 degrees Celsius, its reactivity is it reacts moderately with cold water and vigorously with acids, and its density was 1.55 grams per cubic centimeter. This table shows the properties of calcium metal. Which statement correctly characterizes the properties based on the table? The correct answer is C, is that the reactivity of calcium is a chemical property because it involves the change of the chemical composition. And why this is right? Well, I know that when I see reactivity, I know that it's going to be a chemical property because when it reacts, it creates a new substance. Our constructed response exemplar answer. So for question 8, Ms. Trevino's class created an experiment to determine how temperature affects the time it takes water to evaporate. The experiment was conducted 3 times, each given by a group of students. For the experiment above, write a testable question on logical hypothesis that includes evidence that you've learned in science class. So I want you to look. Did you have a correct testable question? A good testable question would be, how does changing the temperature of the water affect the time it takes for water to evaporate? So I know that I'm changing the temperature and I'm recording the time. And did you create a hypothesis with evidence? So a good hypothesis would be, I predict that water at 100 degrees Celsius will evaporate the fastest because that's how long it takes water to boil, to change from a liquid into a gas. And our constructed response 2, we're trying to figure out what is wrong with this experiment. How can this experiment be improved? So I know that I have the same type of plant, and I'm trying to see if by changing the amount of food affects the size of the flower. But something needs to be changed here. I know that I need to change my hours of light from 8 to 6. My hours of light has to be the same because it is a control variable. My amount of food is my independent variable, and my flower size is my dependent variable.